Welcome to Healthcare Transformation Lessons from the Pandemic.
Mashreq was one of the first banks in the region to introduce a separate coverage team specialized only for healthcare, and that was back in 2018. And since then, we have started our knowledge partnership initiatives, which have now been going. The battle against COVID is far from over, as we can tell, obviously, from the news. But I think that by now, after a bit over a year from the outbreak of the storm and healthcare being obviously at the eye of the storm of this pandemic, there is a lot of lessons that we have learned.
Everybody knows that the world is definitely a small village. All of what we are to do in today and throughout 2020 has started with a single person getting infected. The fact that the whole world is in this together is a definite proof that this is one time that this is happening, but we need to be prepared for the next one and the one after that, because the signs are there to tell us that it's not going to be the last one. Throughout the pandemic, one of the key lessons that we learned from responding in Abu Dhabi and UAE, and we learned by observing what the rest of the world did, is that science, data, and technology are key.
First of all, we have to look at the agility that both the healthcare sector, but also the government have applied. We always say, healthcare, it's when I'm sick, I'm going to go. Now it's more like, no, let's be preventive. Let's test. Let's have vaccination and being able to establish and implement those services very, very quickly.
The healthcare design is also getting evolved because of the patient pathways changing in the healthcare system. So now the healthcare organizations are now looking at how they can look at to ensure that they are able to cater to both COVID and the non-COVID patient, because in last 50 months, you have seen there has been a different waves and it has impacted the healthcare operators.
The pandemic took everybody globally in such a storm that there had to be a transformation. It was a big challenge. The crisis was a challenge, but we all ought to look at this challenge as a great opportunity to learn.